Hello. Thanks for joining us again on the channel. I've always been curious about this one, and now that a friend picked one up, we can finally talk about it. His experience, start to finish. Quick note before we begin. There's a discount link in the description and the top comment if you want to check it out. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Starting things off, our first reviewer gives us their perspective.
This reviewer wanted to start with an important disclaimer for potential buyers. If you're looking for an electric scooter that can handle hills and you're a rider over 200 pounds, the motor and battery on this particular model might feel a bit underpowered. The advertised range should also be taken with a grain of salt, as it likely applies to very light riders on mostly flat or downhill terrain. This client suggests that if your daily commute involves a lot of inclines, it would be wise to consider the more powerful version of this scooter. The extra investment for the upgraded motor and battery is something our reviewer believes you'll definitely appreciate in the long run. With that caveat out of the way, this is described as a delightful and remarkably fun machine, especially for its accessible price point. It's perfect for close-range travel, like a round trip of 4 or 5 miles. It charges quickly and costs next to nothing to run. On a flat surface, it can easily reach its top speed, though the motor is designed to cut out when coasting downhill at that speed for legal reasons. Comfort is a major highlight. It accommodates taller riders with ease, and the combination of shock absorbers, wider tires, and a cushioned seat makes for an amazingly smooth ride. Our reviewer was also surprised by the zippy acceleration on level ground, noting that the scooter feels agile with a great turning radius, making it easy to dodge potholes. To get the most out of it, a few accessories are recommended, such as a helmet, mirrors, a good lock, and perhaps a phone mount for navigation. The brakes are effective, but it's advised to always brake with the rear wheel first, as the higher center of gravity could make a sudden front wheel stop a bit unstable. Lastly, a small but crucial tip is to get extra keys made, as their low position could be a risk during a spill.
Wonderful. Now, let's explore the feedback from our next reviewer.
This reviewer found that their new electric scooter arrived in excellent condition, securely packaged with no damage from shipping. Our reviewer noted that the assembly process was remarkably straightforward, especially when compared to a more complex electric bike they had previously put together. After a quick look at the manual, the initial test ride went off without a hitch. This commuter vehicle gets up to speed quickly and has responsive brakes that feel reliable. Being a taller individual at over 6 feet and around 200 pounds, our client felt the scooter handled their frame well. They did mention some uncertainty about changing speed modes while in motion, but chose not to experiment too much for safety's sake on the first outing. What really stood out was the build quality. The frame feels solid, with clean, complete welds that suggest good craftsmanship, a welcome sight compared to other products they've owned. A particularly appreciated feature is the adjustable rear shock absorption system, which helps to smooth out the ride over bumps and uneven pavement, making for a more comfortable journey. While our reviewer hasn't had the chance to fully drain the battery, early use suggests it holds a charge well, with the on-screen gauge barely moving during their initial rides. For security, there's a handy key lock located on the lower part of the frame, which is a great touch for immobilizing the unit when parked. However, they offered a useful tip. Avoid laying this electric scooter on its right side, as the key can make contact with the ground and potentially break off. Overall, this client is very pleased with their purchase, seeing it as a perfect recreational vehicle for when their older children and grandchildren come to visit.
Excellent. Let's find out what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer has been zipping around on this electric scooter for a few weeks now, and their initial experience has been overwhelmingly positive. Our reviewer highlighted how comfortable the ride is, largely thanks to the excellent shock suspension in both the front and rear. They found this particularly helpful for navigating the many uneven roads and potholes they encountered, suggesting the scooter handles rough urban terrain with ease. The display on the right handlebar was noted as a nice touch, offering clear information at a glance. It allows riders to toggle between 3 different speed variations, check the odometer, see their current speed, track the time spent riding, and monitor the battery power output, all essential metrics for a smooth journey. Safety at night or in low light conditions is also well covered. The front light is bright and adjustable, while the rear light illuminates clearly for nighttime use and automatically brightens when braking. One specific design aspect our reviewer pointed out is that this scooter sits quite low to the ground, and its integrated seat is similarly positioned. This means if you're looking for a taller ride or primarily intend to stand, this particular scooter might not be the ideal fit. However, they emphasize that despite its low profile, the seat itself is very comfortable. Adding to its practicality, there's a convenient basket located at the back, which is a definite plus for carrying small items. Regarding setup, only light assembly was required, and our client appreciated that all the necessary tools were included in the box. They offered some practical advice for future owners, recommending an investment in WD-40 for general maintenance. Regular checks of tire pressure and ensuring all nuts and bolts are tight were also suggested for long-term care. A minor quirk noted was the ignition key. It's located at the bottom of the platform and needs to remain in the ignition for the scooter to operate.
That's all for today. If you like this, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments.